Welcome to Mind Your Biz, a new podcast from the Orange County Chamber of Commerce, a fresh, casual space for real conversations about business, life, and community, hosted by me, Heather Bell, President and CEO. Each episode features one-on-one chats with local business leaders and corporate partners. We go beyond the company's headlines to explore the people behind the success, their passions, insights, and stories. Tune in for honest, inspiring conversations that showcase the human side of business and highlight what makes our county thrive. Welcome to today's episode of Mind Your Biz. I'm Heather Bell, President and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. I'm excited to be here today with Casey MacDonald, the Executive Director of Hudson Valley Cancer Resource Center. Welcome, Casey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're very excited to have you. We want to learn all about Hudson Valley Cancer Resource Center. What is your mission?
Our mission is to make the cancer journey easier for patients and their families, and we cover the entire Hudson Valley.
Okay, there's a lot of layers to that onion. How did you start this organization? Because this is your brainchild.
Yes, it is. Oh, I'm a 28-year survivor of lymphoma, so I had cancer when I was very young.
Yeah.
Very young.
Like two, huh?
Yes, it was. I was absolutely two. Cancer is one of those things that it's like heart disease. If it runs in your family or you have that trajectory of this is where it leads you. Mm-hmm. So I was 2 years old when my father was first diagnosed with cancer. And then my daughter was 2 when I was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, boy.
And then fast forward 8 years later, then my dad...
Same cancer?
No, different cancers.
Oh, okay.
So my dad was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. And where they ended up he had just a mole on his arm, and they ended up taking all of the tendon and the cartilage and everything out of his arm.
Wow.
And that's how we grew up, knowing that, my dad had nothing left on his right arm. He was literally just the bone of his arm.
And they got it all?
And they got it all.
So we're talking like, I'm going to guess, 1960s?
Yes. He was 26 at the time. And at the time, my parents had myself and my brother. So I was 2 when my dad was diagnosed. My daughter was 2 when I was diagnosed with lymphoma. And then a quick 8 years later, my dad would go on to be diagnosed with he ended up with 5 cancers, my father. But his second cancer, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And then after that, he was diagnosed with a spinal astrocytoma, which is a tumor literally growing on the spinal cord. It behaves like ivy, and it wraps itself around the spinal cord. Oh,
boy.
It was terrible, absolutely horrible. A procedure to remove that, which the physicians didn't really completely understand what he had, left him a paraplegic.
I was going to say paralyzed, yeah.
So he was paralyzed at 66 with that. And then 16 months later was diagnosed with an ocular melanoma, which doctors had thought that was related to his melanoma 40 years earlier.
Oh, boy.
And then less than a year and a half later, he was diagnosed with terminal liver cancer.
So this is a real passion project for you.
Well, that's not all. So within 6 weeks of my dad being diagnosed with terminal liver cancer, my husband was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is an incurable blood cancer.
Goodness.
Yeah. So it was a lot to process and a lot to take in.
But wait a minute, you said it's an incurable diagnosis. I know your husband's still alive.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. This is his 17th summer of living with multiple myeloma. And when we were given that diagnosis, we were told back then that it was completely incurable, fatal within a couple of years. And we were told, we had that conversation with the doctors where they said, get your affairs in order, go do what you want to be doing, and just kind of live your life. You're going to have to undergo some treatments, but live your life because this is what you're looking at.
And now you have young children at this point too.
Yeah, we did. Our kids were just going into their teen years. So at that point, I wasn't satisfied with that answer and basically decided I needed to uncover every rock and stone to find the best of the best of who was going to give us the longevity and the survivability.
And a quality of life
and
too.
a quality of
I mean,
life
staying alive is one thing. Staying alive and enjoying being alive is another thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So what I noticed was the reason why I started the Cancer Resource Center was when I was a patient myself. I was a young mom, small kids, 2 and 4 years old, and there weren't a lot of services or programs or organizations that were catering to young moms or to young adults for that matter. And I realized that the needle hadn't really changed or hadn't really moved that much from the time that I was diagnosed until the time my dad was diagnosed and then when my husband was diagnosed. It really hadn't moved. There really wasn't an organization based in the Hudson Valley that was the go-to organization for patients and their families. There wasn't a resource center here in the Hudson Valley. And what I was really frustrated with was doing the internet searches and trying to find different things.
I can imagine.
That I needed.
And you're also dealing with, oh my God, I have cancer.
Yeah,
and how do I provide for my children, and what if I have to go get chemo, and who's going to get the kids off the bus, and I mean all of those things.
They're all serious quality of life issues, and then when you throw in the financial constraints that you have from cancer, I mean so many people, they can't work after they've been diagnosed. My husband was the last day he worked was the day he was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, boy.
And he was a robotic engineer. So we had a nice life, we had a nice standard of living, which basically disappeared that same day that he was diagnosed.
Now, what were you doing prior to starting Hudson Valley Cancer Center? What was your career?
I had a couple of companies. I was a fun entrepreneur. I just followed my passion and decided I wanted to work with different companies and start different companies. I never really wanted to work for anyone else. I did work in my family's construction business with my dad.
Okay.
And then because I was very close to my dad, and then decided to
the only girl out of 8. I mean,
my God.
Yeah,
it's
you get to be daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
You're not competing with anybody on that one.
It was fun being the only girl in a family of all boys. But the reason why I started the Resource Center was because I was just so frustrated. I was looking for a shower chair for my husband. He was having the first of 2 stem cell transplants. And my husband's a big guy. He's about 6'3", and at that point I was probably about 240 pounds. And he was coming home from the hospital after having a stem cell transplant and had lost 60 pounds in the hospital.
Oh, boy.
And there was no way that I was going to be able to move him in the shower and things like that. So I was looking
These are all the things that people just don't really think about. And then all of a sudden it's like the patient is home and you say, oh my God, how am I going to give him a shower?
Yeah. And it's all quality of life issues.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really quality of life issues. So I had gone to our local pharmacist that had been filling his chemo prescriptions and had said, I need a shower chair. I'm not sure where to go for one. Would you be able to point me in the right direction? And I remember standing at the counter and he literally slides a book of medical supplies towards me and says, oh, it's page 300, take a look and I'll order it for you and it will just go through your insurance. And we had really good insurance at the time. We had Aetna insurance, which was top of the line. So I said to him, what happens if you can't afford these? Because I was looking at the cost of these chairs and they were expensive. They were $300, $400, $500, depending on all the different features you were getting on these chairs.
Right.
And he said to me, well, you don't have to worry about that. It's just going to go through your insurance. And I just thought to myself, there's an entire group of people out there that would not be able to afford this.
Right.
And thank goodness we were in the position where our insurance would cover it. But I just felt that there was such a disconnect between that pharmacist saying, just order it, and the fact that I knew, especially now that I was immersed in the cancer world, that there were so many patients that were not as fortunate and not as lucky as us to have the resources we had.
Now, fast forward from there, your credentials. They are really impressive, lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Share with our audience your credentials.
I have a master's degree in health advocacy from Sarah Lawrence, and I'm also a nationally certified oncology patient navigator.
Nationally certified patient oncology navigator. Makes $2,500 an hour. It's like concierge medicine. But Casey does not. She does this because of her love.
I wish.
This is your passion project. Seriously, you could be rolling in it because cancer is a big industry.
Yeah, cancer is a big industry. It's it's not even a passion. It's a purpose.
Right.
This is truly, truly, truly my purpose. I knew when I was diagnosed myself that there had to be a greater meaning and a greater reason behind this.
Sure.
And if everybody that knows me knows I'm fairly spiritual, I'm a devout Catholic, and I always feel like God has a plan for me, and that this was part of his plan for me.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree, yeah. Walk our audience through, oh my God, my doctor just told me that I have cancer. Now I go home and I'm processing it and I have to share this with my family. At what point do I look at Hudson Valley Cancer Center's website?
Well, you can look at that right away because it's full of great information.
Do I get overwhelmed? Like Google overwhelms me.
Yeah, you're going to be overwhelmed. I mean, cancer is one of those things that, one, it's not a cold. You're not going to be done with it in 6 weeks. Two, it's emotionally charged. And every facet of the cancer journey is emotionally charged right from the beginning. Like your medical practitioners will make you feel like your hair is on fire and you've got to go here and you've got to do this and you've got to get this blood work and you've got to get this MRI.
And now go. And we're not going to make sure that you get that appointment. Yeah.
And then they're not going to give you the hand holding and they're not going to tell you the next steps in a concrete manner for you to completely absorb it. You're going to be completely overwhelmed.
I asked that question because before we sat down, I went out to your website. And I thought to myself, if I had cancer and I was sent to check out this website, would I be overwhelmed? And I can tell you, absolutely not. You go to that website and the first two boxes that come up are, I have been diagnosed, somebody close to me has been diagnosed, and you click on it and it walks you through a series of steps and questions, and then you're given your research. It's a very, very smart website.
Yeah, we designed it, so Joe Belzito from Belzito Communications and I designed that website with a 6-year-old in mind who was navigating their grandmother through it.
Hats off, you guys hit the mark.
Thank you.
You hit the mark, you surely did.
Yeah.
Wow, so.
Well, the first thing that I tell all of our patients, the first thing is go get a second opinion. That's step number one. Get out of the Hudson Valley, go down to one of our comprehensive cancer centers in New York, New Jersey, Boston, I don't care where you go, as long as it's a comprehensive cancer center. And what that means is a cancer center that has dedicated departments for individual cancers. So if you have lymphoma, go to one of the comprehensive cancer centers that has a lymphoma division. And then if you have whatever, if you've got colon cancer, go to a comprehensive cancer center where they have a colon cancer division. You want to be able to be sitting in the waiting room where everyone around you has the same disease. And I say
that's because it's support, right?
Say that because patient volume drives survivability. So meaning that the more patients that you have, the better that practitioner is probably going to be. And one, because they see it all the time. they see the same thing over and over and over and over again.
It's specialized.
It's specialized.
Okay.
Not only that, comprehensive cancer centers, in most cases, are also research centers. So they have their finger on the pulse of whatever is coming down the research pipeline. And if you have something that is where you're an outlier of that cancer, you're 27 with breast cancer, you're 33 with colon cancer, or you're 50 with multiple myeloma, which doesn't normally strike until you're about 65.
Sure.
If you're an outlier, go get a second opinion from a comprehensive cancer center. And they're going to do different testing. They're going to do genetic testing. They're going to do biomarker testing that I wouldn't say isn't necessarily done up here. I'm hoping I won't get a lot of heat for that. But it's a comprehensive cancer center, which means that they have a lot more resources and tools at their disposal.
Okay.
So that's the first step. That's the first step and the first stop that you want to make.
And now if I go on this smart website and I go through the whole process, will one of those resources be where I can go for that second opinion?
Not yet. We haven't done that on the website that we have, only because we're building out an educational platform for patients and their families.
Okay.
That will give them specific information on what they need while they're going through the different phases of the cancer journey. So
Okay, so
if they're
click
newly
on it, I just
diagnosed-
got diagnosed, click here.
Yeah, the things that are on the website right now are resources. They're things that will help you find financial assistance, copay assistance, if you need lodging during treatment, if you have somebody that would like to take a legacy trip, you know, they're in their final phase of their cancer journey and they want to take
So like
a legacy
one of
trip.
our other members, Miles of Hope, they help reimburse for travel to and from. So that would be one of your resources.
Yep, that's a referring
Okay,
resource for us. So if you have breast cancer in the Hudson Valley, they have a grant program for women that they can apply to, and it's an income disruption program. It helps to offset their expenses related to their cancer care. So they work with grant agencies throughout the Hudson Valley. So depending on where you are in the county that you're in, you can work with, so in Orange County, it's Cornerstone Family Health Centers.
Okay.
They're the grantors for that program.
Another one of our members.
So Miles of Hope funds those grants that are then administered by Cornerstone Family Health Center. So what we do is we're the bridge for patients and their families. We're a connector of all of those
Like the chamber.
different- Like the chamber.
Okay.
Exactly like the chamber, of all of those resources, services, programs, and organizations. And then we do it on a national, state, local, and regional level.
How is your work funded? Are you primarily federal grants, state grants? Are you strictly privately
We
funded
have those?
donations?
Are there those?
Okay.
We are completely community supported. We're completely community supported. We've been in business for 12 years now, and we've had such generous supporters and generous companies and individuals that have come forward to help us. And we do fundraisers. We do 3 major fundraisers a year.
What are your fundraisers?
We have the OCI Clays for Cancer, which is hosted by...
Oh, that's Sporting Clays.
Sporting Clays.
Oh, how fun.
It's a great event. This is our 5th one that we're now doing.
I'm a good shot, but not at a moving target.
Oh my God.
I went to Sporting Clays once, and I think there were 35 targets, and I think I hit 3.
Oh, you would love it.
But if you stay still and let me shoot you, I will.
Yeah, no, not me. Not me.
Don't run. I won't hit you.
Yeah, not me. But OCI does that for us, Orange County Ironworks, and Dan Tuttle. So he hosts that for us every year. And it's a great event. It's a great day. We do it in October up at Mid-Hudson Sporting Clays. And
so even though your office is here in Orange County, you do focus in other areas
Yeah.
of the Hudson Valley.
Well, we serve
you
the
serve
Hudson
the whole
Valley.
Hudson Valley, all 9 counties, yeah.
All 9 counties. We go from northern Westchester all the way up to Albany,
Okay.
including Rockland and Sullivan. And we've just started taking patients from Delaware as
What
well.
about Ulster?
Ulster.
Dutchess, yeah. Okay.
Ulster,
Wow.
Dutchess, Columbia, Green, Albany, Orange.
12 years
Rockland.
in business, you say? And how many patients have you served?
Over 5,000
Oh
at
my.
this point.
There's a halo waiting for you somewhere. Yeah.
I hope so.
Halo and some wings.
I
Yes,
hope
ma'am.
so.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope
What
so.
other fundraisers?
We have the Great Guys event, which now is the Great Guys and Gals,
And gals.
event. We do that every couple of years, as just so that we don't exhaust
Okay.
our donors and
Yeah.
everyone feeling like they've got to go to another fundraiser. That's a great event. We bring in the distilleries and the wineries, and it's just a fun event. We always honor 4 phenomenal people
Okay.
at this event.
So it used to be 4 guys and now it's 2 guys, 2 girls?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and we might even switch that up next year. Who knows? But we've been just really blessed. I'm so grateful for the support of different companies that have come on.
So
and
just
different people have come
contributions.
on.
Is there a donate now button on your website?
There is.
Okay.
There's a donate button. And our third event is the Birdies and Brews Golf Tournament.
What's that?
It's a golf tournament that we do where there's beer on every hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So that will be back next year as well.
Wonderful. If somebody was interested in making a contribution, website? What's the name of the
they can
website?
go right on our website, which is hudsonvalleycancer.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Casey.
Yes.
What's your vision? Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Well, I really want every cancer patient in the Hudson Valley to know that there's a resource for them and that they can access that resource anytime that they want, comfort of their own home, 24/7. Our website's a wealth of information, and I think that's the direction that so many people go. You know, they get lost in the rabbit hole of the internet. We don't want you getting lost in the...
It is. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then you start to go to WebMD and all the
Exactly.
other sites, and you're.
Exactly.
I started the rabbit hole. I know.
You know, that's one of the things that I would tell patients right from the get-go. 1, definitely get your second opinion. But 2, don't go down the rabbit hole of the internet when you're first diagnosed. Because 1, you're not going to understand exactly the medical jargon and everything that's being presented to you. You're just not until you're fully versed with what you have and what the doctors are saying. You're going to just add to the anxiety that you're already living with the diagnosis. So don't go down the rabbit hole of the internet. 1, because a lot of the studies that are online, when they give you a study that says what the survivability of that cancer is, what you have to remember is they're dumping everyone into that study.
Okay.
So if you've got, if you're 35 and it says that cancer has a 5-year survival rate, and you're saying, oh, I'm only going to be 40, that study has everyone listed. So
Everyone
they have
from
the
35 to 90.
to the 90
Okay.
year old.
Okay.
And everyone's different stage is in there as well. So you got to really take a lot of those things that you find online just with a big grain of salt and not use it as real information. It's sometimes they're not even good guides that you can go to. You just have to wait out your confirmation and your diagnosis. The thing about going for a second opinion is it's going to do 2 things. 1, it's going to confirm your original diagnosis, and 2, it's going to give you a treatment plan. It's going to give you a definitive, actual treatment plan with options. So you're going to get all your cards laid out on the table, and you'll know exactly which direction to go in. So try not to go down the rabbit hole if you are in that position where you start Googling and trying to arm yourself with information.
So always the first stop, hudsonvalleycancer.org.
Yeah, definitely check out the website and then see exactly where our educational platform should be up by September.
Okay.
That's what we're hoping for. And check out where you are in the cancer journey. So you'll be newly diagnosed, living with cancer, survivorship, end of life, or stage 4, which today we have patients that have been living years and years with stage 4 or incurable cancers. You have your own set of issues with that and your own set of concerns. So we have that on the educational platform as well. And the platform is full of information that you can download. For newly diagnosed, it will include questions you can take to your doctor with you. And all the questions do is act as a guide. And they help you remember everything you want to ask, so you don't have that 3 o'clock in the morning of, oh my God, I forgot to ask that. You'll have those. And there are going to be downloads that are going to be available to you.
And I would always suggest bringing somebody with you to any of these appointments.
Absolutely. Never. Right? Always try not to go through your cancer journey alone, ever. Try not to go to a chemo appointment alone. Try not to go to a radiation appointment alone, a follow-up appointment, a scan.
Because you always want somebody that's not you, because you're so emotional, and this is you. You want somebody that's able to hear everything that doctor or that practitioner is telling you. Write it down, bring it back home, absorb it. You need that second set of ears, right?
Even the second set of ears too, I always recommend that if you can, tape your visit with your practitioner.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I always say, ask them if they wouldn't mind, can you
turn on the
video on your phones, and then play it back when you get home, because there is going to be information that you won't have captured or your person won't necessarily.
That's a great idea. Audio or video,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's just a cool tool to know exactly that you have that tool that you can use.
Any other nuggets of advice?
Yeah, I mean, we've got tons of nuggets. One is, know who your doctors are. Know who your doctors are. You know, your cancer journey isn't, you're not buying a new set of tires at Sears. And I feel like a lot of people will do the research to figure out how to get the best tires at the best price, but then have no clue who their oncologist is, or where their surgeon went to school, and what type of credentials they have. Do your homework. Do your homework. Check out exactly where your surgeon went to medical school, if they're board certified. Same thing with your oncologist. Ask the questions that are on our questions page. How many of these cases do you handle a year? What's the survivability rate of these cases? Like, this is your life. This is your life. Your loved ones will miss you if you're gone. Your family's going to miss you. Do everything in your power possibly to give you the best chance at survivability.
Okay. Now we're going to mind Casey's biz.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We try to keep this light. So, first thing that comes to mind when I give you these. Favorite ice cream?
Oh, coffee ice cream.
Oh my goodness!
Yours is too?
No. But we've had so many pistachios in the recording process. Yes.
No.
Fine, and coffee. Actually, coffee with some kind of chocolate running through it would be my favorite.
Yeah, Chunky Monkey.
Yeah. First concert you ever attended?
Oh my! It was the Rolling Stones.
Really? You were
Stadium.
a rolling girl.
In the rain. With Mick Jagger, I couldn't believe he was literally running on that stage.
In the rain.
In the rain.
Oh wow.
In the rain.
What a great memory.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
What is your guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh my God, it's binging old Scandal.
Okay.
Old Scandal.
Yeah.
Just loved that show. I don't have time to really watch it, so that's why if I
So you could pick up any episode and know what's going on.
Yeah, it's either Scandal or Suits.
What is the most used app on your phone?
Oh, it's probably Stellar, which is a travel app that it lets you know of all these great places to go to. So if you put in, say, Las Vegas, it will give you all of these great trips that you
So better
plan.
than Travel Advisor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stellar,
Stellar.
Stellar.
Yep.
Wow, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Casey, thanks so much for joining
Thanks
us
so
today.
much for having me.
I appreciate you sharing that, and I'm
Thank
hoping
you.
that we're going to help somebody in their journey by having you on.
I'm sure.
Once again, I'm Heather Bell, the President and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce today, joined by Casey MacDonald from the Hudson Valley Cancer Resource Center for this episode of Mind Your Biz.